women as the builders of hope. Our first song says we are the builders of hope. So today I want to talk to us. I want to talk to my sisters briefly and of course to everybody. Our text today will be taken from the book of Proverbs 24, verse 3 and 4. Wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established. And by knowledge shall the chamber be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Praise God. Women are home builders. God has given us the responsibility of building homes. If you're a girl child here today, if you're a woman, if you're a mother, if you're a wife, I want you to leave this house today with a consciousness that from the very day the Lord created you, He gave you a responsibility. And that is the responsibility of home building. That is why you can come into a family where there are 5 boys before the girl comes. When you have a closer look at them, you will understand that the little girl among them becomes assistant mother. In the absence of their mother, that little girl will comfortably take care of his elder brothers. Because she didn't learn it just by looking at the mother. It's a grace deposited in us from creation. We are home builders. And God expects wherever we are seen, in our homes, in our churches, in the society, as a woman, please build and do not destroy. How do we build? Building is not easy. And of course, every married person here knows that marriage is not a bed of roses. Marriage is not those days of courtship where he calls you 5 times in a day. Baby, how are you? I miss you. I do this, I do that. And that butterfly in your belly will always be there. After I do, when you get home, you face the reality of marriage. You face the reality of love, and that is when true love will be defined. The love of those days when you were living at Coca-Cola and he was living at Mina can never be the same anymore. You are no longer going to live the fantasies of the past. You are going to live the reality of what love is all about. And as long as that reality faces you, God has given you a responsibility to build that home. So if that home fails, God didn't fail, your husband didn't fail, you failed. Because He has commissioned us. He has given us the grace, He has given us His Spirit, He has given us His anointing, and He has given us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to build homes. So today, I want to challenge my sisters. Are you a home builder? Let's not come here today and say, we are the builders of. Are you really building your home? I'm talking to you, I am talking to myself. Are we really building the home the Lord has given it to our hands? Or why you legal? You were legal? Yes. If I don't to work away, I am on their mind. Now, oh, you to work away. I go. This year they lose to walk. I said, I know their mind. That's why I go down. No! Because we are the builders that will begin to build the life of that young man. Some of them are strong on the streets who doesn't come back at night. The moment they marry a home builder, they completely change and everything about them changes. Because a builder has arrived. And I want to ask you today, are you a builder? If you are a builder, how are you building your home? How are you building your husband? How are you building your children? How are you building your family, both nuclear and extended? Because any family where you see yourself, you are there to build everybody. So from today, God is telling us, build and do not destroy. You must have to put in your time. Don't be a woman who doesn't have time for her husband. Don't be a woman who doesn't have time for her children. You are always busy making money. Money, woman. And then you don't know what happens to your husband at the end of the day. You don't know what goes on in your home. And that is why at the end of the day, in this era, we can now hear that a brother got his sister pregnant under the watch of a mother who should be the gatekeeper of their home, who should be the builder, who should know what happens and what happens not in her home. Because you refuse to pay attention, Because you refuse to be a builder. You live all your life in pain and shame that your son got her sister pregnant. Even when nobody knew about it, you knew. And your conscience will continue to flow you 24 till you die. Because you failed. You don't care what your husband is going through. Many men today sleep on the streets and die because of the heavy weights they carry. And they have wives in the home who don't care about what they go through. All you care about is how much he brings home. And as long as he doesn't bring money home, he's not worthy to be your husband. As long as he doesn't buy you gold strength, buy gold and silver for you. Madam, you are there to build that man. And if you carelessly allow him to die before his time, God will hold you responsible. If you carelessly allow him to enter in the house of a wrong woman and he is destroyed, God will hold you responsible. You might hear shouting, he cheated on me, he cheated on me, he's a cheat, he's this. My sister, how did the cheating begin? What prompted the cheating? We are you know there carelessly allowing that one to stray until he strayed into the hands of another woman. Madam, build your husband. Because let me tell you one thing you don't understand. Street in the heart, oh. Every 100 streets. Streets are not church, they are not smiling. Ladies on the streets are not smiling. And they are ready to do anything to keep your man. If you can't keep him, there are 1,001 women out there who are ready to keep him. So rather build your home. How do we build? We are looking at wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So do you have understanding? Do you have knowledge? Have you allowed the trends of time to change you from who you used to be? He married you. You knew his level. He was your class. The moment you started seeing his small money, it is no longer your class. When you now make the money that you should use by wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to build your home, now you remember, I am a graduate and he's not a graduate. What can I be doing with this kind of person? This is starting illiterate. My sister, when we were able to marry, the marriage is starting illiterate. So when you make that choice from that first day, he is your husband that you should be your husband. Don't listen to what people say. One of the problems we have in marriages today is that don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody move you from what you know. You are the home builder and nothing else. So my sister, no matter how ugly the situation is in your home, stand still and build your home. Stand still and walk. Stand still and never. Building is not easy. You will not come to an empty plus stand there and houses will begin to grow. No. You have to work hard and make money. You have to get people that will help you work. You have to put yourself to work. Put in your wisdom. Put in your emotional intelligence. Very, very, very important in marriage. You must have to use your emotional intelligence. Know the right time to speak. Know the right time to keep silent. Know the right time to touch your man. Because you don't know where the white show should be there. It's like where you guys become a winner. What are you doing? So I want to beg you today. Be courageous. Make up your mind. Take a decision today. I want to build my home whatever. I am ready as your learning because at some point we must have failed. Nobody knows it all. But today God is telling us because He wants to build our home. Because God wants at the end of this year's Mother's Day, our homes will be built, our homes will be decorated and established. So please, as you're going home today, tell yourself I must work hard. Nobody will work hard for your family. Forget about the prophet who is promising you that all the day they figure out on your pocket, you can't control it, is their hand. You don't control a man like that. Nature made them the first and you can't do anything about it. So be conscious of the fact that you must begin to work hard from today. Every area of that family that is not working, take the responsibility. Don't blame it on your children. Don't blame it on your husband. Blame it on yourself and begin to get to work. Make up your mind, I am going to contribute. Where there is need for me to contribute money, I will bring in money. And God demands that you give your husband gifts. It's a part of building a home. Don't consider whether he gives or he doesn't. When you give people, let you give truly. There are women who don't give money to their husband when he's in need. When you give him money when he is in need, he's not going to collect it from Chiamaka. Yeah, yeah, shop. I'm collect it from Chiamaka. Other things you need to have. If you have to give it to him. Tell yourself, everything I have, I am going to invest it in this family to make sure that my home works. So put in your time. Put in your time in the place of prayers. God gave us the responsibility, and it is His duty as well to give us every allocation of grace to build our homes. So don't fail to pray for your family. Don't fail to look into what is happening in your family. Don't pray. Don't fail to give counsel where there is need for counsel. To every God, why? God not insulting. Ego to your children, the young, give a child, or not. For Lord, then they will treat the way out of attention. You know, everybody have a woman and visiting because of it. One more than an age, children take a room working before one. So, you have to result. For Lord, encourage him in any way you can. Support him in any way you can. Pray for your husband. Be patient with him. Be patient with your husband. Be patient with your family, with your children, and everybody. Meanwhile, patience. I am telling you, if you don't have patience, you will want the one state. Because it's not easy. If you all fight, over here and attack up at the same time. Then, brother, one day, not attack up. Always have when you let so I don't want to. But tell yourself, God knows I can handle this and he gave me this family. Tell yourself, God understood that these things are happening in this family and he brought me in here. I can do it. There is power in the spoken word. If you tell yourself you can do it, you will need to do it and see it will work. Pray, work hard. Whatever you can do to make your family work, make it work. Care for your family. Sister, care for your family. If you don't care for them, at the evening of your life, why did they say I want to the door? That one was, mommy, don't worry. They shall come and see you. Action can make him there, or anyone will be coming to take care of you. Sow into the lives of your family, your children, so that at the evening of your life, in your time of harvest, you will have something to harvest. Have a forgiving spirit. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Oh, you did one for me. But because you're a home builder, and because God needs you to build this house with wisdom, God needs you to establish it with understanding, and He needs you to decorate it with all the blizzard riches with knowledge, you must have a forgiving heart. One of the areas to build is through communication. What are you going through? What's happening? He can now open up to you and make sure you're a wise woman who has a positive contribution to you. There are times our husbands need us to give them assurance. There are days they will want you to assure, I still love you. I am still proud I married you. I am here for you. If every other person leaves, I will never leave. Even if the whole world turns against you, I am here. Communicate with your children. Know what they are passing through to communicate with your family. Don't be that mother that your children are afraid to talk to. If they don't talk to you, they will talk to the world, and the world will teach them negative things. If they don't ask you questions, they will go and ask it on the social media where people will tell them the wrong things. Run from social media advice. I want to tell you this now. Because there is no wisdom there when it comes to marriage. We are in the world where we make 9 hours. We don't need a man. Every woman now can be found without a man. Only divorce or the area of big kid, metro party, and finally divorced. Boom. You are finally divorced. So my dear, don't let those teachings you hear from women who are not God-fearing women move you. The only thing all they really want to ever say in Nigeria. So what the kind of advice you take, and when you get that information, which is knowledge, process it. Know the truth. You are a godly woman. Read the Bible. Now, what does the Bible say about these things? Don't swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Pay attention to what God is saying about it. Ask questions on how to go about it from responsible women.